Hello everyone. Our assigned topic is comprehend and analyze soil degradation, conservation, and rehabilitation measure. And this is the continuation. Soil rehabilitation measures. Soil rehabilitation is a degraded soil that effectively loses its ability to supply food and habitation to living organisms in its surrounding. Some organic some organic techniques that help to restore the soil include use of green manure and cover crops, organic compost, crop rotation, and soil remediation. And now, green manure and cover crops. Green manure and cover crops is to serve as mulch to the soil, preventing the soil from wind or water erosion and moisture loss. Green manure and cover crops are plants that are grown in order to provide soil cover and to improve the physical, chemical, and biological characteristic of soil. Next is inorganic compost. Inorganic compost is a generally cheaper method of fertilizing the soil compared to inorganic fertilizer. And also, it is a mixture to compost plants part and animal waste. Compost is organic material that can be added to soil to help plants grow. Making compost keep this material out of landfills where they take up space and release methane, a potent greenhouse gas. What is organic compost used for? Simply because compost provides many benefits as a soil amendment and a source of organic matter by improving soil biological, chemical, and physical characteristics. And now next, crop rotation. Crop rotation is a farming practice which involves growing different types of crop in one location sequentially. Crop rotation is the practice of planting different crops sequentially on the same plot of land to improve soil health, optimize nutrients in the soil, and combat pests and weed pressure. For example, say a farmer has planted a, f- a field of corn. Why is crop rotation important? It's because crop rotation can improve yield and profitability over time, control weeds, break disease cycles, limit insect and other pest infestation. Also, crop rotation provide an alternative source of nitrogen, reduce soil erosion, and increase soil organic matter. And now, soil remediation. Soil remediation involves the removal of harmful contaminants such as heavy metals, sewage sludge, and petroleum from soil. Soil remediation is a way of purifying and revitalizing the soil. It is a process of removing contaminants in order to protect both the health of the population and the environment. In short, the goal of the process is to restore the soil to its natural pollution free state. Soil remediation can be achieved using biological techniques. This method is called bioremediation. Some example of bioremediation techniques include phytoremediation. Phytoremediation is the use of plants to remove contaminants from soils or to degrade contaminants to a lesser toxic form. Phytoremediation Phytoremediation is defined as the use of higher plants for the cost-effective, environmental-friendly rehabilitation of soil and groundwater contaminated by toxic metals and organic compounds. Phytoremediation uses living plants to clean up soil, air to water contaminated with hazardous contaminants. Bioaugmentation. This is the introduction of genetically modified microorganisms into contaminated soil with the aim of degrading contaminants. Bioaugmentation is the introduction of cultured microorganism into a contaminated environment in order to enhance bioremediation of pollutants. And lastly is land-based treatment. Land-based treatment, this includes techniques like like land farming and composting. Land-based treatment, it also the controlled application of wastewater to the soil where physical, chemical, and biological processes treat the wastewater as it passes across or through the soil. And that's all. Good day, keep safe, and stay hemsog. Bye!